Hey everyone, and today I'm going to do a quick interview with Kevin Allen Jones. In case you haven't heard of him, you should have. He is the broker of the Keller Williams Clear Lake brokerage, and he is just finished giving a class to us on the business itself. It was amazing. And let's go and ask him a couple of questions and see what he has to say. The one and only Kevin Jones. He is the broker for Keller Williams Clear Lake. I'm gonna ask him a couple of quick questions so we can learn more about real estate. So Kevin, awesome. What is your background?
So I have a background in music, so not even business. I went to school, I played saxophone, I got a master's degree in conducting. So my formal education is not really anything to do with real estate. And then I worked in a church, and then I was a school teacher for 5 years. So I think maybe one of the best things was teaching, because if you can keep a classroom of kindergartners under control, you can work with adults. So my last year teaching was my first year in real estate. So that was my transition about 7 years ago.
Okay, so what made you want to get into real estate?
I spent a lot of time while I was a teacher, like doing different things. I was an instructor for the high school, and the income wasn't really there. And I have an uncle in Minnesota with Keller Williams, and I started noticing his success in the business. So one day I'm driving home and I just call him up and I say, hey, I think I want to be a real estate agent. And he connected me with this office. He actually paid for me to go to real estate school because I didn't have the money to do it. And he paid all my MLS dues so I get started. So I thought, well, if I can sell one house every 2 or 3 months, it'll be, worth it. And I ended up selling 48 houses my first year in the business.
48. That is amazing.
It wasn't intentional. It was kind of accidental, but I'm so glad. It was a good transition. My wife said I could quit teaching, so.
It's always good to have the boss's permission.
Yep, right. For sure.
Last question for you. What are your views on the market for the next, for the next year?
Yeah, I mean, in 2023, we saw a really big change in the market, mostly due to increased interest rates. So as we are moving into 2024, we're seeing rates starting to drop as we did at the end of last year, and we're anticipating it to drop maybe another 4 or 5 times within the next 90 days. So last year, inventory was really low because sellers didn't want to put their house on the market because they didn't want to buy something with that higher interest rate. As things are starting to come down, sellers are kind of getting used to it, and really the market's normalizing. We're not going to see rates in the 3s or 4s anymore, and as the consumer gets used to that, they're more likely to put their home on the market. So we're seeing inventory increase. We're seeing the consumer have more applications to get mortgages. So as mortgage applications increase, we're seeing inventory move. So it's a great time now to get top dollar on your property that you might have been waiting last year to do. So we're going to see that. Probably not as high of an impact as we did during COVID when the market just skyrocketed. However, this decline that we've been seeing is now slowly starting to make its way back.
Nice. All right, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for the
Absolutely,
insights.
thank you.
And for giving us some information about your background. It's actually really exciting. I didn't know you did 48 transactions in your first year.
Yeah. In 6 months of that, I was a school teacher.
You were still teaching.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really inspiring.
I mean, I think if you have a good plan in place and you follow through with it, and we talk about our big why, like what is driving you, you know what's driving you, and you put in the work, you'll see success.
Wow, fantastic interview there with Kevin, the broker of the Keller Williams Clear Lake, but he's also the broker of the Pearland Keller Williams. And I just thought it was extremely, motivating to hear about his background and how he actually got into being a real estate agent. Like I said, just extremely motivating. I myself also came from the teaching world, not teaching children, but teaching ballroom dancing with Fred Astaire Dance Studio. But it just goes to show that as long as you have the desire to help people, then you can do it. And also with his insights into what he feels is going to happen with the housing market in Houston for 2024, very motivating. I think it's definitely looking up and something that we should all keep an eye on. Now, if you're considering making a move in the next 9 days or 9 months out to the Houston area, or for suburbs, I'd love to connect with you and make that a very smooth transition. So until next time, I hope to show you around town.